Hello student, functional analysis 2, paper number 13, unit 2, definition. An element Z belongs to A, where A is Banach algebra, is said to be a topological divisor of 0 if there exists a sequence Zn in A such that norm Zn is equal to 1 and either Z into Zn is Z into Zn tends to 0 or Zn into Z tends to 0 where n is equal to 1 to infinite. Notation. The set of all topological divisor of zeros, the set of all topological divisor of zeros in A is denoted by Z. Note. Every divisor of 0, that is 0 divisor, is a topological divisor of 0. Proof. Suppose Z is a 0 divisor in A, then there exists x belongs to A and x is not equal to 0 such that Zx is equal to 0. This is definition of 0 divisor. And now take Zn. Zn is equal to x upon norm x implies Z into Zn is equal to Z into x upon norm x is equal to 0 because of by definition of 0 divisor Z into x is equal to 0 and norm Zn is equal to 1. So Z is topological divisor of zeros. Theorem 4. Z is subset of S. That is topological divisor of zeros is singular. This is topological divisor and this is set of all singular elements in Banach algebra. Proof. Let Z belongs to Z. So there exists a sequence Zn in A such that by definition of topological divisor norm Zn is equal to 1 and Z into Zn tends to 0. This is the definition of topological divisor of zeros. Now suppose Z does not belongs to set of all singular elements. So that means Z belongs to set of all regular elements in A. Symbol G. That is, if Z is set of all regular elements in A, then Z inverse exists. Now Z inverse tends to Z inverse by definition of limit. We have proved the multiplication is jointly continuous. So Z inverse into Z into Zn is equal to Z inverse into Z into Zn. This is equal to 1, so equal to Zn. Zn tends to 0 as n tends to infinite. This is contradiction to norm Zn is equal to 1 by definition of topological divisor of 0 for every n. So Z does not belongs to set of all regular elements in Banach algebra. That is, Z belongs to set of all singular elements in Banach algebra. So we have Z belongs to Z implies Z belongs to S. So Z is subset of S. Theorem 5. Boundary of S is subset of Z, that is boundary of S is subset of Z. Proof. Let Z be a boundary point of S, then a, let Z be a boundary point of S, then Z belongs to S because of Z is closed. Since the complement of S is G, set of all singular elements, and this is set of all regular elements in Banach algebra. So there is a sequence Rn in G such that Rn tends to Z. Claim norm Rn inverse is unbounded. So if possible, suppose norm Rn inverse is bounded. Now norm Rn inverse into Z minus 1 is equal to Rn inverse into Z minus Rn into Rn inverse into Rn. Rn inverse into Rn is equal to 1. Now common out Rn inverse, so we get norm Rn inverse into Z minus Rn is less than or equal to norm Rn inverse into norm Z minus Rn. This tends to 0 as Rn tends to 0 and norm Rn inverse is constant. So for some n, norm Rn inverse into Z minus 1 is less than 1. By definition of regular element, Rn inverse into Z belongs to G. So Rn inverse into Z belongs to G because of multiplication is jointly continuous. So Z belongs to G. This is contradiction to Z belongs to S because of G is complement of S and S is complement of G. So this is contradiction. So we must have norm Rn inverse. Norm Rn inverse is unbounded. Now Z into Zn is equal to Z into Rn inverse upon norm Rn inverse. We have taken Rn inverse Rn is equal to Zn is equal to, we have taking Zn is equal to Rn inverse upon norm Rn inverse. Here Z into Rn inverse, Z into Rn inverse minus Rn into Rn inverse. This is equal to Rn into Rn inverse is equal to 1, minus 1 plus 1 is equal to 0. So we take Rn into Rn inverse is equal to 1. Here we add plus 1 and minus 1 is equal to 0. Now here we taking common out Rn inverse, so we get Z minus Rn into Rn inverse upon this and 1 upon this. Norm, now applying both the side norm, we get norm Z into Zn is less than or equal to, both the side norm એપ્લાય કરીએ તો લેસ ધેન બંને પ્લસમાં હોય તો, because norm x plus y is less than or equal to norm x plus norm y, so is less than or equal to norm z minus rn and norm rn inverse is cancelled, plus 1 upon norm Rn inverse. This tends to 0 as n tends to infinite and 1 upon norm Rn inverse is bounded. So norm tends to 0 as n tends to infinite. So z into zn tends to 0. So we have sequence Zn such that norm Zn is equal to 1 and Z into Zn tends to 0, hence Z belongs to Z. So boundary of S is subset of Z. This is the complete the proof.